Morning, everyone. I'm going to start off with my introduction. My name is Chris Marino. I'm with Thomas & Betts, second go-around. Some of you may have met me from my previous experience at Thomas & Betts, and if you don't, I'm with Thomas & Betts for 20 years. And like I said, second go-around, and I'm primarily focused on contractors in New York City, 5 boroughs, and I have limited distribution responsibility. So that being said, today I thought it'd be interesting, since it is my second go-around, to talk about some of the unique things since I'm back that I saw that helped us work smarter, and some of it is product and some of it is application. And just to look at the agenda, again, the theme is T&B, ABB T&B work smarter. We're going to focus on the new Steel City 6-inch poke-through. We have a unique product in our Super Strut lines called Super Mag, and it's magnetized fittings. And then we have a couple of applications that I want to make you all aware of: Color Key, Lug Link, and also our ARRA product selector, which we'll get into for some of these government federally funded jobs that are looking for Buy America and or ARRA products. So thanks for tuning in, and we're going to get into it. You know, when you look at, well, I think I went to one too many. Oh, one screen was blocked out. Okay, so we're just going to get right into it. And our poke through series, our RPT 6 is our 6-inch poke through. It just came out. I think everybody can understand that when you core drill a floor, you're only limited to so many holes that you can put in a floor, and usually the amount of holes you can put in a floor is regulated by the architect and engineer, and it can differ from building to building. That being said, it's important to maximize the capacity of each floor box or poke through in each location. The RPT6 series offers you a configurable solution that provides a high capacity for both power, wiring, and communication in a single core drill location. Some of the features and benefits to this is, of course, there's your typical 3-inch and 4-inch poke throughs. This is a 6-inch poke through, which gives you a 3-gang service for power and low voltage combination. What's nice about it is the customer can use off-the-shelf wiring devices, which you already have in stock at most of your locations. The center compartment can also accept GFCIs as well as 20 and 30 amp twist lock connectors. As you can see, it is a fairly big opening to allow for all those configurations. What's something that's really unique to our floor box is our plate. It provides a great aesthetics, if you can see it. It's really a nice looking plate, and it's extremely durable and heavy duty. You can see how much material. It's a beefy plate, and to allow you to change from being closed to actually being allowed the wires to poke through, you simply twist the plate around, and this allows the feeds to go into the box. And again, it's a recessed poke through, so it allows the cables and connections to be made underneath the floor. Another great feature of our floor box here, and I've heard this from many of the contractors that I've called on with it, is the bottom plate is configurable, and you get all different knockout configurations as high as up to 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches, and 2-inch knockouts. A lot of our competitors, and again, it changes here. You change out this plate and you put it into whatever configuration you need. We've had this at the AEC show, and we had many contractors come up to us complaining about the competitors because their for poke-throughs, it's a separate order or an add-on. So if they don't add them on from the beginning, they wait to get the poke throughs coming to the job, and then the next thing they know, now they got to wait for the additional plate to come in so it can run 2-inch, and they're seeing more 2-inch knockouts required out in the field. It's UL 263 2-hour fire tested rated, so that's not an issue for this poke through. This is in conjunction with our other poke throughs, and but the one thing I want to touch on this plate is on this slide rather, is the numbering system is very easy to remember. The R stands for recess. Obviously, the PT is for poke through. The 6 is for 6-inch. And then you just ask what finish do you want it in: brass. And again, it's solid brass, it's solid aluminum, and it's a black painted plate, which seems to be growing in popularity. Down below here, if you look, I don't know if you can see that, but you can see the actual devices, how they're 3-ganged together inside the box. It really is a solid, very capable poke through that we've added to our other line of poke throughs, which I just want to remind you they're available. And a lot of this, you know, sometimes there's a preference, sometimes it's on a spec, sometimes the guy just calls and tells you what he needs. But when you look at an FPT, that's a flush mount poke through, and we have the FPT4 series that's configurable. It goes up to 3 different gangs. You could do 2 power, and then have a row of for also communication. The FPT3 series, that is power, and it has 1 duplex, and it has 2 communication outlets that you can run up to it. And again, that's not configurable. It is what it is. You just can change the type of plate you want. And then our FPT series of poke throughs is basically just a straight power. It's a duplex power in it. One of the other nice new products that I stumbled upon since returning is a product that came back as ECNM Product of the Year. It's our Super Mag. And what's really nice about this product is the innovation and the functionality of the hands-free design. These fittings are all put together with powerful nickel-plated magnets that are embedded in the most popular super strut fittings, including square washers, L brackets. I'm trying to get it so it's in focus here. L brackets, T brackets, 90-degree brackets, and they securely fit to the strut during assembly, acting as a hands-free or third-hand device, while they configure the spring nut in place and then go ahead and bolt it in. So you got to remember, a lot of these guys are up on ladders, they're working up on ladders, and they're doing a lot of trapeze and whatnot, and they have to put together a square nut, and whether it's on this side of the channel or on this side of the channel, what's great about it is they know that's not going to fall down and bang somebody on the head, they're not going to have issues, and again, it's the speed at which they're able to assemble their strut application that really is unique to Thomas & Betts. I want to stress that it is only available in Super Strut. It's not available in our Kingdorf line. And it is available in silver, full gal, and finish series. So I'll show you the numbering on that in a second. Again, the features advance convenience and safety to the strut assembly and eliminating the need to manually hold the fitting in place. Available in steel with gold gal finish or silver gal finishes. It features a neodymium grade N35 nickel-plated magnets. These super magnets are able to hold 2 times their own weight in place. The magnets hold vertically, again, vertically and horizontally, so they don't fall off. Right? And the magnets are staked to go through, so you could do any side of the channel or any side of the fitting, and it will still maintain the connection while they're putting the nuts and bolts through. And again, applications, you guys know all the applications: new industrial, new commercial construction, industrial maintenance and repair, operations MRO, and commercial retrofits. These is an example of the part numbers. The part numbers are typical superstruct part numbers. For your edification, if it's just a straight M, that's the gold-plated or the gold finish, gold gal finish. If it's EG finish, it's the electro gal finish, which is the silver in color. And again, as you can see, we have about 16 of these part numbers. And as the pricing stands now, it's about 14% higher than a regular fitting, and we are talking about starting some kind of promotion to go out and just sell them at the same cost as a regular fitting to get some movement on it and have people working with it and getting used to the product and seeing where it goes for that. Okay, so keep that in mind when you guys are out making contractor calls. If you go into a job site, you might want to order a couple of samples to bring with you, get some feedback and see if you could help these guys make their lives easier while they're working with strut out in the marketplace. So that's it for the two products that I brought in to discuss today, but I wanted to also talk to you about applications, because sometimes it's not only about making it easy for people to have the product that makes their life easy. Sometimes it's about making it easy for people to figure out what products they need. And Color Key, I'm not sure if anybody's seen it. If you have, great. If you haven't, I thought it was really worthwhile to show you this application. It's called the Lug Link. The Lug Link is available at the App Store and at Google Play. And it's a smartphone application. It also works on your iPads. The app guide is a selection of Color Key compression only. It's not for mechanical compression tooling. It's just for straight compression. It's comparable again with the iPhone and the Android operating systems. And the Lug Link app makes selection of the appropriate Color Key compression connector very easy. It eliminates the need for catalogs on the jobs, into our internet searches, and I'll get into showing you how easily it is to be used in a second. So if you look at your far left on the slide where it says right below the Lug Link Lug Applicator Selector app, it will show you are being prompted to add information in. Okay, so everything's grayed out, but you'll see it will say material, wire size, stud size, type of connector, holding spacing, or hold spacing rather, and length. And so what do? You get the app, you open it, that's what you see first, and then you make your selection. So in this example, to your right of the, on your right side of this slide, you'll see I made some initial selections. So I picked copper, I picked 300 MCM, the stud size ½ inch. You might not be able to read that, but it says ½ inch. The connection type is a 2-hole lug. The hole spacing is 1 3/4 inches. The length is a long barrel as opposed to a short barrel, and then you just hit the search button. Now, as you make your selections, it goes from gray to blue, and you'll also notice it grays out, and it also puts a line through so you can ensure what you're selecting. This is what you get when after you hit search. So you'll notice the long barrel lug comes up, a picture of it. It gives you the part number, 54870BE, and it gives you additional details. Now, that's a 2-shot slide that I did up from my iPhone so I could put it onto this presentation, but that's usually one screenshot, and then you would scroll through it and you'd get all that other additional information. It talks about die code you would need. It gives you cut sheets that you can download into a PDF file that you could further send to a job if they need a cut. It also has an instruction sheet, which is really great because within instruction sheet. It will talk about the die coding and the tools that you could utilize to make that connection in the field. This is, I'll go back for a second, the instruction sheet, which is on the last one. It will say instruction sheet at the very bottom of the screenshot, the second screenshot that I have on the right. It says instruction sheet. So I'm giving you an example. I pulled up the PDF. This is the PDF, what it would look like. Obviously, you can't read everything. But what I highlighted in yellow is in every instruction sheet, it gives you the lug itself. It'll give you the die code, and it gives you a list of tools to your right. And again, it's just something that if somebody had questions to, do I have the tooling on site? Do I have to order more tooling to be able to do this project? You can send that directly to them by emailing it. You download it again on a PDF file, and you send it right to the job site, to the foreman or whoever's looking for the information, and they have everything they need to make a decision on, okay, we have the lugs, we have the dies, go ahead and order the T&B, or we also need to order the dies, or, you know what, maybe they need to order a tool too, and that's good for you guys because you're building your order as you go, straight off of a lug inquiry that now became a lug and a die and a tool. So again, it's about working smarter. It's about being able to get your contactor or your end user as much information in a little time possible, and then thinking like, hey, you know what, this guy always is a go-to person. When I need something, they get me my information real quick, and you'll guarantee you'll write more orders that way. This is the last of it. I know I'm going a little bit quick. We can do some questions if you want. We could go back to it. I also wanted to show you a video. I was saving it for the end for the mag, the Super Mag fittings, which you could also put on your counters, or you could download to your iPads or iPhones. And when you're making calls, you can actually do it's a 15-second video that shows how great it is. But this slide here is another application that we offer. Right now, with all the government work that's going on, there's all these interchangeable references to Buy American or American Recovery and Reinvestment Act, ARRA provisions set up into the purchasing. And I've been getting more and more since I'm back questions about, hey, I need certificates of origin for products that are made. And this app is available to you through that website that I have pointed above. I'll delay it a little bit so you guys could write it down. I was also told that you guys can get a copy of this presentation, and you'll have all the information there. Or if you have a contractor that needs it, the contractor can go right into www.public.tnb.com, and then they look for a site on the field called End User Toolkit. And then from there, in the toolkit, it will pull up all different things that are available to a contractor. It'll be cataloged in all different other icons. And then the one they'll look for is product certifications. And that will take them, they could be on a job site and do this if they have access to the internet. And so let me show you what that would look like once they enter the site. So once you enter into the country of origin catalog number search, if you see the slide, hopefully you can read it. It says T&B catalog number. And you could put one part at a time in there and click add and go, and you can click the add button and build it up. Or you can just, if you only have one product that is in question, you could put that in and just hit the go button. And then option 2, which is just below that, is it says choose a file. Now you can build a spreadsheet and put together a bunch of part numbers or ask your T&B salesperson to help you build a spreadsheet, and then upload the spreadsheet. And from uploading the spreadsheet, you hit go, and then you'll get something like this. Now, you can't read this. It looks a little bit smaller. Hopefully on your side it might be a little bit bigger, depending on your screen. But I put in traditional construction products. So I have a 72-171 1/2 and 3/4 E, pretty standard 5-inch box. I have a B9/16 Kindor fitting. I had A1200 super strut, half slotted 10-foot sections of super strut. I have a B911 3/8, and I had a B905-10. Those were the 5 products that I selected, just to show you, you know, a little bit of everything within the construction. You could also do T&B fittings, you could do tie wraps, you can do stay-cons, whatever part number you want to put in there, they'll pull it up. The net, when you look at this screen, and again, you're going to get the presentation, but you'll see every one of those except one part number, the B911 3/8, are not made in either the United States, Canada, or Mexico. And it will give you instructions to contact tech support for further information. So from that screen, all you have to do is, if you don't want to submit that to your contractor until you get further qualification, you can unclick that, because they all have little check boxes next to their squares. And and then you can go down below where it prompts you to print certificates. And this is what you'll get. So you'll get a blurb about stating, you know, that these products are made in the United States. The components, you know, if you have Buy America, a lot of times Buy America, they want American-made steel. A lot of our components are made with American-made steel in the United States. For instance, many of our strut parts are. A lot of our fittings are. T&B traditional fittings, I should say. All our steel boxes are made, I'd say 85% are made in Athens, Tennessee. So when you look through it, it gives you the information. It'll give you a certificate of compliance, and you will see there in bright red the part number and where it is made. And then from there, you can submit that to your contractor and say, you know, these are some of the products I found that might be able to help you with that project. Now, I just want to emphasize, it's really important that you take these submittals and once you send them to your contractor, that you strongly recommend that he sends them on to the engineer and architect for approval to cross the T's and dot the I's, because, again, you know, these are pretty heavy-duty restrictions that they put on some of these jobs, and they want to make sure that they're as accurate as possible. So from there, if you have any additional questions, you can feel free to call the technical service line or email T&B at techsupport@tnb.com. And again, that is a great tool. I've been asked about it probably at least a half a dozen times in the last 2 months. And, you know, again, it's all about getting information to your customers as quickly as possible so they can get on with their jobs and satisfy the needs and their requirements to get the job done. So with that, I believe that's all I have today in working smarter with Thomas & Betts ABB products. But I also, again, I wanted to show you quickly the video that I put that together, or was put together for the SuperMac products. And I'm going to bring it up to the mic, to the camera, and hopefully you can see it. So again, it's a quick video. It's great if you have an iPad and you're making job site calls and you bring it over to the foreman and you say, hey, what do you think? Maybe you can get him interested in sampling a few products, different type fittings, and the next thing you know, he's ordering more strut from you because you got these fittings being pulled in, pulling the strut into the project. That being said, anybody have any additional questions they'd like to ask? Or I believe you, like I said, you will be getting a copy of the presentation. It will have all the websites and links on it.
Very good presentation, lots of good info.
Thank you, Larry. Again, you know, it's not always about product. Sometimes it's about application. It's about information. If you see something or a customer asks you for something you never heard of before, just come back to your T&B guys. We have all kinds of stuff. If the end user, if you take the time, and I hope you all will, and go to that end user, that public website that I said public, www.public.tnb.com, there is a lot of different tools there that your contractor and or your inside-outside salespeople can get a hold of that will put a lot of information at your fingertips very quickly. And that will help you some more T&B for me, and it will help you look like a person that can be of thought leadership to your customer and the go-to guy when I have a question. And I think that's what we all want. We want to all be thought of as the person that can bring the answers to our customers, and this way you're not chasing your customers are chasing you. Any other questions? All right, great. Well, again, thanks for your time today. Look forward to the opportunity of doing more business with you, and as always, thank you for supporting ABB Thomas & Betts products.